another one. DJ Khaled.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Glad you are joining us today as we enter the final episodes of the NBA regular season. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Spurs out in San Antonio.
Oh, say does that start?
We've got basketball action at the AT&T Center. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Latino, celebration of Latin culture in the league. It's become an annual tradition and a very good one. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's out on the road tomorrow as the Spurs wrap up this home stretch. A superb ball club playing a great brand of basketball. #1 record right now in the NBA.
And when I look at San Antonio, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
And I can't see any reason why they can. I mean, they've got to be considered one of the favorites to lift the trophy for me.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle, Conley and Allen in the backcourt, and it's Parsons in at the 3 spot.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
Here's Aldridge, following the basket by Marc Gasol. Gasol dishes to Aldridge. Gasol with the steal. Conley kicks to Randolph. Memphis moving it around. Takes a 3. Rebound San Antonio. And continuing our talk of Tony Parker, the first year he laced up his sneakers, he increased the tempo for that entire Spurs offense, and it continues to this day.
Yeah, and the increase in floor spacing and tempo, a big reason the Admiral, Tim Duncan, and Parker won the championship together in 2003, and obviously Duncan and Parker have won a few more rings since then.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. So Leonard will go to the free throw line. They get Marc Gasol.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Ooh, that's huge. Here's Parsons, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws. And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, He's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Pass to Randolph. Knocks it loose. Gasol with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. That's good. Parker's got his first points in this one.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Here's Parsons following the score by Tony Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Shot left block. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Here's Parsons. He had 16 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Stolen by Allen. Leonard against Parsons. Feeds it to Conley. To the paint. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Misses from close range.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And Green gets it to go.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Now here's Conley. He had 16 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact, getting to the line. Was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the stripe.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
So timeout called here. But first for Memphis. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Now here's Conley following the miss by Tony Parker. Randolph kicks to Allen. Shot to stop the drought. No good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Spurs leading by 10. Parker with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Miami. Gasol with the rebound.
Oh, he knows that one should have gone in. That hurts.
Here's Allen, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Allen's got it back down to single digits for Memphis. Spurs have gone 8 of 11 in the first quarter. They'll take that percentage any night. Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 7 points for Tony Parker.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now here's Gasol. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but you can't talk about his performance without mentioning what he did defensively in terms of shot blocking. He was a force of nature.
Here is Parker after the made shot from Zach Randolph. Leonard attacking, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen. A double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch. That's painful.
And it's sent back by Aldridge.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Green gets it to go. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking. Shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break. Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's Leonard coming off a solid outing against Miami. And the pass to Gasol. 5 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Green. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Green's got 7 points in the game. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Timeout called. The Grizzlies. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan, and they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for Zach Randolph. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And B subbed in for Tony Allen.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
Here's Ginobili. The Grizzlies making the shot. Low block shot, and the Spurs scoring again.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Now here is Carter. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Davis, and the rebound goes to Duncan. Greg, you're talking about David Lee, the two-time All-Star. Pretty much a starter most of his career, though a big change, Clark, as he came off the bench this past season after he was injured in the preseason.
Yeah, you know, you think about his game, though, Kevin. Highly skilled, mobile, smart, gives you energy and scoring. I think he's ideal coming off the bench.
Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play. Sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Now here's Conley. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Passes to B. Ginobili with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Here's Mills, and it's blocked by Conley. And it's Memphis on the break. Conley leading the charge.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And getting back to David Lee, before the big contract, he was putting up some huge lines. I mean, he was the first Knick to go 30 and 20 in a game since the great Patrick Ewing. And he became the first NBA player to record at least 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists since Kareem back in 1976.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And so it's Memphis with it. It's an 18-point game. B, covered by Mills. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touched by Lee.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Clock at 6. Outside Carter. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Spurs leading by 18. Now here's Mills. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. He dishes it to Duncan. And it would have counted had it.
And now, your Spurs fan.
And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talked to point guard Mike Conley, and as he told us before the game, he still feels a championship is within reach.
We feel like we're a team that's had to go through a lot of adversity. We've been through a lot of things that's set us back. You know, we feel like we can be just as good as anybody else, and why not us?
One big reason why not them is what happened to Conley. Greg losing him in the playoffs last year was the biggest adversity they went through. Can you make a case that it just made them tougher, or did it really take something out of them?
You know, Kevin, it's really hard to say. A tough break, obviously, losing Mike, and I mean that literally as well. But their problems did set them back, and maybe they can be just as good as anybody else, but until they are, they're going to have some issues.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them, the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Like that. Or handball as
either
well.
one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Carter. Green is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's B, and it's Parsons in at the 3. Now Mills, out left to the wing, puts one up from 19, and Aldridge the basket on the assist by Mills. Aldridge has got his second basket. The Grizzlies trail by 20. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And Carter now, top of the key. Stolen by Carter. Parsons with it. Leonard picks him up. B, the pass to Parsons. To the middle. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
The Grizzlies have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. B, covered by Mills. Duncan with the block. In transition, here come the Spurs. Mills has got the ball. He was all alone on that one. 11 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movements.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. He said making sharp entry feeds, getting the ball into the post, and getting points on the low block is going to be critical the rest of the way. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Parker up top. He has 7. Open shot. Green. It's rebounded by Memphis. In the corner, Parsons with it. The tray. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Parsons passes to B. The feed to Randolph. It's stolen by Green. Fast break, here they come. Aldridge, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 3rd assist on the night.
That's now 7. Straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Yeah, and they're making it look easy, guys, running it down the opponent's throat.
Pass to Randolph. Dishes it to Parsons. Inside, just 4 to shoot. The shot's good from Gasol.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Parker kicks to Gasol. Outside Leonard. Back to Gasol. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
And guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out, he can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
B, covered by Parker. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for B.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case. Boy, a fantastic job by Aldridge to lay into that defender on the screen.
Grizzlies have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10.
Pau Gasol was the #3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
The Grizzlies have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Mike Conley's checked in for the Grizzlies. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Allen. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Allen's got his 3rd basket of the night. San Antonio leading by 21. Aldridge a screen. Parker with it. Conley picks him up. Parker against Conley. Lets it go from 11. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 9 points for Tony Parker.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Conley dishes to Randolph. Left side Gasol. Again, Memphis.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
There's Green with the three. Here's Aldridge, and he slams it one-handed.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Conley into the lane, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And guys, one thing you sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
Lee's checked in for San Antonio. Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Green against Allen. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That's his first foul. Grizzlies making a switch here. Green's checked in. On defense, San Antonio. They lead by 24, their biggest margin.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double. Digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And here is Conley. That's tipped. It's stolen by Green. They're running. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to Leonard. Misses the three. Grizzlies have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Knocks it loose and out of bounds. As San Antonio gains possession. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. The Spurs second.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency.
Lee goes in. There's the three. Knocked loose.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Conley against Parker. Double team on Parker. Here's Anderson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Anderson's got his first bucket in this one. The Grizzlies have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Carter outside. The dish now to Allen. Green with a screen on Green. Carter, the pass to Allen. He kicks to Davis. Just 4 to shoot. There's the triple. Green breaking loose. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. It's stolen by Carter. He feeds it to Conley. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Ginobili comes in for Green, and it's Mills in for Parker. And Mills kicks to Duncan. The 9-foot shot. The kick out to Anderson. Drills the three-pointer. Anderson's got his second bucket tonight.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
The Grizzlies have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Mills, that's a two-pointer. The good-looking shot from the wing. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Spurs out in front, opening up.
Well, Pau, tell us what have been the key aspects to how this team is playing so far through the first 2 quarters.
Oh, just had to be aggressive from the beginning.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Leonard playing extremely well. 13 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Pau Gasol is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Aldridge inside, defended by Gasol.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
That is good. Gasol's got 8 points.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
It's Parker with the drive. And he gets it to go.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Poked loose. And Parker with a clear path to the hoop. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Mark Gasol. His second personal, first team.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
Gasol on the high post. He's up against Gasol. Shoots. Randolph can't hit.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Leonard kicks to Parker. Some solid defense from Gasol. Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th season, obviously. Every great player needs to transform his game as he gets on in age. Clark, we've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
Leonard on the wing. Aldridge against Gasol. Nobody near Leonard. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Aldridge has got 3 assists in the game.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
He's checked in for Tony Allen. Picked by Randolph. Conley kicks to Randolph. And it's good. Randolph's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. On the wing, Green. To the inside. Here's Aldridge. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, how about LaMarcus Aldridge in this one? He's got 11 points and 3 blocks. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
And so he makes both from the line. For Memphis, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Conley against Parker. Tipped away. Parker with the steal. Ball going up court. And Green slams it in.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Randolph, a screen on Leonard. Parsons attacking. And the rejection by Leonard. And he recovers it. Conley gets the bucket. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Conley against Parker. Kicks it to Aldridge. Pass to Gasol. That one off the back iron and out. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Conley against Leonard. Conley kicks to Gasol. Parsons outside. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And it's blocked. B, he's covered by Leonard. Leonard with the steal. Nobody near Parker. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's 19 points for Parker. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Spurs.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
That's good. Good. 14 points for Zach Randolph.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Gasol, no good. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Conley and Parsons gets it to go.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Feeds it to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Aldridge dishes to Green. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Spurs. Duncan, he's checked in for Gasol. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Memphis also making some changes. Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Carter in for B.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist here tonight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Kawhi Leonard. A nice shot by Anderson.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Now here's Conley, covered by Mills. Conley kicks to Green. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Knocked away. Ginobili, that's for 2. No good. Good work defensively by Carter. The Grizzlies shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Conley with it, picked up by Ginobili. Davis sets a screen. Davis setting the pick for Conley. Clock at 6. And there's the pass to Carter. Releases. And the shot falls short this time. Here's Mills. That's good. Mills has got 6.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidated.
Carter, the pass to Parsons. That's in there. Carter with the assist. 8 points for Chandler Parsons.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Ginobili. He provides a good amount of offense points a game. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Green against Duncan. Outside, Green. Offensive rebound. Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Over the last month, let's take a look at the Grizzlies and how they stacked up in the league statistically. 3rd in blocks, 3rd in second chance points. You know, they also show up in the top 5 in opponent scoring. That's a good number, and that's a good place to be as a team in that statistical category.
And talking about the shot blocking ability, you love that mentality. No shot goes unchallenged around the rim. They make sure of that. You have to earn everything you get on the inside.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Allen's checked in.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done. Manu Ginobili is one of the toughest guys you'll ever meet. That goes not just for the NBA, but any sport. I mean, a true competitor in every sense of the word.
On the topic of Ginobili, he's the guy who, when things aren't going well for your team, takes things into his own hands. He takes over, tries to coordinate. His will to win is, as Greg Popovich will tell you, out of this world.
I mean, you know, he's not just physically tough, but as mentally tough as anybody, arguably, who's ever played the game. What a big-time performer and a big shot maker.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
Yeah. You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
44 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Duncan. That drops.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Green, the screen. Here's Allen. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. 10 points for Allen.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Now here's Mills, covered by Conley. Screen by Duncan for 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Conley with the 3, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's San Antonio running away with it. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And San Antonio shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Adams is out there with B, and it's Ennis in at the small forward position. Pushing it up. Here's B, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get it. Back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon.
And a fast break now for the Spurs.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Randolph kicks to Ennis. Gasol up top. Shot clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Adams' shot is off.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Anderson dishes to Mills. Passes it to Bertens.
And you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. He's checked in for San Antonio.
In for your Spurs, Forbes.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. The steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got his 4th rebound in this one. Picked him clean. Poked away. The Spurs have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. Anderson kicks to Forbes. Bertens, the pass to Lee. Unloads from 9. It's rebounded by Memphis. Randolph's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. picked by Randolph. Pau Gasol is checked in for David Lee.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution for the Spurs. Pau Gasol.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Back to Adams. Memphis moving that ball around. Gasol, 5 to shoot. It's good. The assist that time for Menace. 12 points for Marc Gasol. It's Gasol with the drive. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. Boy, you got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man down.
You know, Clark. And even then, he might just go over it.
He could.
Look at this. Check out the elevation he gets.
Major.
Wow, I tell you, I just cannot get enough of those kind of plays. What a rim wrecker.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 13-4 run. Rejected by Randolph. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Gasol. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Here is Forbes. He dishes it to Gasol. It's rebounded by Randolph. Randolph's got his 6th rebound on the night. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. Drains the three-pointer.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
And Forbes kicks to Gasol. So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season, seem to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for James Ennis, and it's Harrison in for Jordan Adams. B, the pass to Randolph.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain. Possession.
Grizzlies ball.
And there's the feed to Daniels. 6 to shoot. Here's Harrison. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Dishes to Anderson. Gasol, a screen on Randolph. And Anderson kicks to Gasol. Stolen. Down low, got a piece of it. Gasol with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. And he jams it with authority.
And he looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
And with the skill set that Pau has, and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Duncan, he's checked in for Gasol. And Lee's subbed in for Bertans. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Carter comes in for B. Now the dish to Simmons. Shoots it up. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Harrison passes to Daniels. Right side Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And that's 19 points for Marc Gasol.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Lee. The shot will not go. Great D that time from Green. Swiped it away. In transition, here come the Spurs.
Nice pass there. Good job to get it up quick.
Here's Harrison. Inside, the reverse. He with the block. Anderson kicks to Duncan. And he banks in the layup.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Daniels with it. pass to Gasol. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Mills, he's checked in for B.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
The Grizzlies have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the screen, and Carter lays it up and in.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
And Mills kicks to Duncan. Now here's Mills. Screen by Duncan. Now Mills. 6 on the shot clock. Rejected by Gasol.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for San Antonio.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And I think, guys, we sort of expected a win here in a season already with 66 wins. Tonight's win will notch that up one more to 67. A very dominating presence they seem to have nearly every time they come out on the floor.
And once again, they're going to come out on top in this series. 3 straight victories in as many games this season against this club. They've done a great job of just playing their best when it has mattered most against the Grizzlies.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Parker. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And here's Daniels. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on David Lee.
And Marc Gasol surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
B's checked in for Harrison. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you know
what we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here. Info and entertainment.
Mills dishes to Anderson. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Marcus,
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Parker. What are your thoughts, Shaq, on his game tonight?
Tony Parker is putting on a show. The Say Bone Assassin does it again. Man, see, he started out as a traditional one guard, bringing the ball up, getting to the back filler. But now the team, it leans on him.
A ton of.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night